The game you love above them all. Football news, predictions, we have it all. You can watch or listen, that's your call. Just join us on Beyond the Ball.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Beyond the Ball, and it's a great one. It really is. As you can see, his head is bowed in shame. I am beside the biggest Manchester United Paddy of all time. Paddy, how are you feeling? You okay?
I'm gone into hiding. I'm not looking up for the whole podcast. I swear to God.
It's so embarrassing.
I'm so depressed. It's unbelievable. And we'll talk about it later on during the game. But come on, I suppose, hold on, I have to act happy now because it's the start of the pod. Hey everyone, how's it going? Yeah. No, sorry, I was supposed to stop course.
Oh, look what they're doing to you. They're really tracking you down. Paddy, right? We're gonna have to talk about your miserable team. It can't be ignored. We'll be talking about Chelsea winning fantastically.
And misery loves company. I was watching the Chelsea game and you went down. And I thought, yes, that's it. But no.
Yeah, listen, I thought we were gone at one stage, but look, we got results. So we'll be looking at that. We're going to be chatting a little bit about the Manchester City and Arsenal game, just a little bit. A couple of things to talk about. Then we will be going on to our favorite new segment after we go on to the fancy football. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun there. I'm forgetting about the fancy football. I'm sorry. And then lastly, we will finish with the unpopular opinions. We don't have score predictions. What?
Some good ones this week.
There's some
really good
ones that'll spark a bit of debate, I think. But then we're not going to be doing score predictions because FA Cup. We don't care about FA Cup. Chelsea and Brighton. Nobody gives a fuck about it. Yeah. We don't care about cups. And that's it. So Paddy, we're going to jump off straight away. We're going to jump into the football review. Right, Paddy, the first one we'll jump into, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Right now, this for me has been one of the better rivalries that we've had in the Premier League, I think, over the last couple of years. And I don't know whether it's down to Arteta and Pep. I think they have this like secret ongoing rivalry that's starting to it's starting to go into the players, and the players are starting to feed off it and they're buying into it. Which I like. I love it. It does remind me of the Arsenal and Manchester United days where they're like that. Now, maybe it's not as because Arsenal aren't not yet, but possibly in the next kind of year or two, it could be like first and second really battling for it. So, it is good like that. I do like it. There was a little bit of shithousery going on from Arsenal, which I'm all for it. I'm a big fan of it.
Stay humble.
But I think who was it when Arsenal went 1-0 up? I think it was Gabriel. He jumped into fucking Haaland's face, was giving him shit. Like,
and then the celebration.
Yeah. And then the fucking Skelly, the little bleeding 19-year-old or something was fucking scores the goal and they do the celebrate. Like it's shit housery it is. But do you think like that type of rivalry, like, is that something that's been missing from the Premier League over the last couple of years? There hasn't really been that much, has there?
The rivalry between Man City and Liverpool was always too nice. And that's why it will never be remembered as a great rivalry. Well, considering Liverpool only won one title as well, it was never a great rivalry, because City kind of ran away with it all the time. But in terms of this Arsenal side, they've won nothing yet, but they're given some really good banter against Man City. And Man City, I suppose, are in a really bad place at the moment as well. So do we like seeing it? We absolutely love seeing it. It's box office. Did I expect Arsenal to win 5-1? No way. I was shocked and stunned. I really, really was. I thought City had made a couple of signings. Arsenal, all the talk about them getting a striker, 5 different goal scorers in this game. They done so well. But I say keep it going. I'm hoping Arsenal are in around the top 4 the next couple of years, because let them look after each other, and then Chelsea and United can. United. I'm not going to.
Whoa! You're jumping the gun a bit there.
We'll get mid-table next season, can't we?
Johnny fucking jumping the gun still.
We're going to have a bit of banter with Everton next season.
In the championship. I do like it, but there is a couple of things that I think we can all learn from as clubs. Just going out with that pure passion. I do like some players just lose it. And if there's anything you can do, the bare minimum is just show a bit of passion. If you're getting 150 grand a week, and if I'm an average Joe, so when I'm fucking earning fuck all money, and I pay my £80 or £100 or anywhere up to £250 these days to fucking go and watch my team play, the last thing I want to see is someone walking and strolling, showing no passion. So when you get that bit of passion as a fan, even if you don't win, I think you feel like you get your money's worth, and you're kind of getting a bit back from your team. Like,
Colly, I'm going to bring it up. Something we talked about last week. Mr. Palmer at the end of the Chelsea-Man City game. And Mr. Neville was right, I think you're saying here. You know, the last thing you want, win, lose, or draw, is to be walking off the pitch, holding hands, kissing, hugging with one of your rivals, whether it be the manager or player. I don't care if you've even played with them before. Sure, do you remember Gary and Phil Neville in the tunnel together? Brothers.
Two fucking journeymen. Fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? Carried by their tails.
Look, let's go back to the Palmer thing, because I'm not going to keep on talking about United because it's pathetic. But yeah, that's not what you want. You want Chelsea to make the next step in terms of fighting for a Premier League title. They need to get that steal in them. I
think so. Yeah, I think. Sorry, I know we're jumping off a little bit onto Chelsea, but I think it's a massive thing that the Chelsea, and maybe it's just a generation thing that, like, because all these young players, they're like 22 average, maybe they don't have this passion, and you kind of see it with the likes. I'm going to go over to United. I'm going to say like the likes of Rashford, Martial, all them ones that are kind of 27, 28, kind of lost it from that point onwards. Like that was the point where I feel like players did lose a lot of their passion. Like, and I don't know if it was just in the bigger teams. I feel like
you get it from your manager, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Like, and Maresca for me is someone that seems kind of calm, but he should be getting them motivated and showing a bit of passion. I don't know what's going on. It's strange.
I think it's more the fact that Maresca knows the level you're at the moment.
Yeah.
A year or two when you're fighting for titles, that's when the real competitive comes in. You know, because you don't want to be too competitive now and then be left with egg in your face.
Yeah.
Look at Man City, what they've done to Arsenal the last time, and Haaland stay humble. Yeah. And then they fell.
Yeah.
And he's a laughing stock now, because that's the last thing you want.
But the funniest thing about this is, right, so obviously Arsenal and fucking taking the piss out of them. And then when you look at the overall picture, they're still in second. They haven't won anything. They got nothing from it. They didn't gain a spot, right? They got 3 points, which is always great to pick up 3 points. Not knocking that. They hammered City. But City are so bad at the back. Yeah. They were so open. Like there was literally, like, I was watching like John Stones and Akanji as well making mistakes left, right, and center. And I'm just saying to myself, how have they won so many titles? Like, is Rodri really being that effective, sitting there breaking shit coming through the middle? Because I am just seeing a lot of like killer passes going through and defenders just being out of position and stuff like that. Like, they're really bad at the back.
If you have 70 to 80% possession, you don't need to defend that much.
Yeah, it is true, isn't it?
They can't hold on to the ball as well as they used to be able to, so they're under more pressure.
Yeah. I think this one, look, I think probably the way City's season has been going, I'm not surprised that they get a spanking, just because it's been coming. I think they haven't been as good as they have been in the last 2 or 3 years.
You're just surprised with Arsenal getting 5.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that Arsenal are a bad team. They're second in the league, but going forward, we all knew that they had their problems.
Yeah.
So to get 5 goals here, delighted for Havertz actually.
I was out in the pub and I was watching. He was after missing a sitter, and I was on. He'd have to turn into Connor, and I said, "He's fucking dog shit, isn't he?" I think I was in the pub. This would have been on when I was in the pub. Anyway, I was like, literally fucking dog shit. Like, and then 2 seconds later he scores. I was like, oh, I'll just go fuck myself. I'll just shut me mouth now.
Put him in me fancy now.
What do I know? But now overall with this one, Paddy, I think we'll move on from it. Very, like I said, I am surprised. I'm not surprised by this spanking. Surprised that Arsenal scored 5 goals and had 5 different scorers. Not surprised City getting spanked, because I just feel like it's been coming for them for a while. Like, and the good teams have to find them out. Like,
makes you look forward to the next one, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Because what will happen is Arsenal will go out against fucking Southampton or something, they'll lose.
No, I mean the next one of these games.
Oh, these games. Oh, yeah.
Box office
Yeah,
now.
this is a new derby. Like, so no, this is good stuff. Right. Anything else on that one, Paddy? No. Right. Happy days. Next one, Paddy. Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. I won't lie, we were blessed to get a win here. Really poor performance. Can I just say, and I know you watch this, Maresca, thank you very much for dropping Sanchez. Thank you. Yeah. That's all I've been asking for in the last couple of weeks.
I thought about you
finally got it. I did say, what was that? That was the last thing that he wasn't doing, was just dropping Sanchez. And
how did the keeper do?
He done well. He didn't make any mistakes. The goal he conceded wasn't his fault.
That's what you want.
No errors.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I want. Yeah. Really happy with Jorgensen there. I hope he sticks with him and keeps him there. Yeah. But there is one more thing I do ask of you, Mr. Maresca. Can you drop Colwell and maybe sell him, because he's fucking dog shit? And I've been saying this from the start of the season. Colwell and Sanchez are the majority of our problems. Every time we concede a goal, it's one or the other that's our fault.
Who are you playing instead of?
I would play Chalobah, who are after calling back on loan. I would have had Fofana there, but he's after getting a long-term injury. So we have Tosin. I'm not going to call him Tosin because you know their stuff.
But you love Tosin.
I do love Tosin. Not on camera, buddy. So I have Tosin there and I have Chalobah there. So they're my two defenders that I want to have play. Colwell, get rid of him. He's not get rid of him, but put him on the bench for a while. He's too slow on the ball, doesn't move the ball. His positioning defensively is not great. And
do you want to get rid of him?
I want to keep him because I've no other options, because we've got injuries at the back. So I would love if you came to me and goes, yeah, you're gonna sign another defender for 50 million. I'd be like, yeah, see you later. I'd have no qualms with him going. And you know who I actually think we should never have got rid of, and this is just completely going left field here. Tamari, that went to AC Milan. We should have never got rid of him. And he's a great defender, and I don't know why we got rid of him. But anyway, I'm happy with the result that we got it. Maresca, I liked what he done. He wasn't happy at halftime. You could tell he wasn't happy at halftime. Came out, and then 5 minutes into the second half, he made changes. So really quick changes. Right. Didn't wait around, which was great to see. And I'd say he just didn't want to embarrass the players, so he kind of protected them in a way and let them come back out. Came out, brought on Neto and brought on Nkunku, who I want to see more of. Apparently, he's staying now at Chelsea. Joe Felix are after losing. I think we fucked up big time on him. But Neto, I want to see him play. We're not getting enough out of Madueke anymore. He's not being as direct as he was at the start of the season. Now he's kind of stopping and pulling back and going backwards a lot.
Where did Felix end up
going? Felix is gone to AC Milan.
Right, because I heard Villa, but then they must have changed.
Yeah, no, he's gone to AC Milan as far as I know. So happy with that. But like I said, Pedro Neto, I want to see him on. Every time he gets the ball, runs at a defender, and that's what I want to see. Gets crosses in, killer passes are good. Very good. Happy with him.
Look, Chelsea win, Man City lose. It's all good for your Champions League.
100%.
Hopes, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So I'm happy. Anything else you want to add on to this one, Paddy, or are you happy to move on?
I'm very happy to move on. Yeah. Well, I don't know what's next.
Are you now? Yeah, okay. Boom. Man United 0, Crystal Palace 2. Paddy, talk to me about this. So I'm just going to take a sip of my beer, and you just go ahead and cry into the microphone there.
I'll talk to you about a week as a Manchester United supporter, because it's been a bad couple of days. We just come off the back of 4 wins in a row, coming into this game. I was thinking, Jesus, we're starting to come back now. We both predicted that you'd get a win here last week, but we just never looked like scoring. Amram experimented at the start of this game with putting Kobe Mainoo up front, hoping that you'd have the number 10s, Garnacho and Diallo running on either side of him. Just didn't work. Never worked. He hit the post in the first 5 minutes, but other than that, we looked so dull in attack. He brought on Xerxes and Hyland in the second half, and again, never really looked like a threat. And this is really worrying, because those 5 players are all we have as an attacking threat for the rest of the season. In terms of the transfer window, Patrick Dorgu was a left wing back, which, like, if there was one position we really, really needed to strengthen, it was there. But then Lisandro Martinez, who probably could have played really well with him on the left, because he's left footed as well, is now out for the rest of the season with his ACL and MCL gone.
Yeah.
such bad news. One of my favorite players from Manchester United.
Showed passion. That's why. Remember we
Oh,
talked
without
about
a
it.
shadow of a doubt.
We just spoke about showing passion, and that's a prime example. He could have a poor performance, but you knew he was trying, always giving it everything, always had passion for the badge. So you allow it.
But he was starting to understand Amram's way of playing. He was getting a couple of goals, first ever goals, a couple of assists in some of the big games, and now he's gone. Now look, we got this fella Heaven, 18-year-old centre back from Arsenal.
Heard he's a god.
Supposed to be good, but I don't know. United, I'm sure United will ruin him. And then we have Obi Martins as well. We got him from Arsenal last season as well. He's an 18-year-old striker, banging goals in for fun. But look, you know what? I'd give him a go. Rooney came in when he was 18.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to lose now at this stage? People say, oh, well, you might ruin his confidence and stuff like that. But look, if you're 18 coming from Arsenal to United, you're going to be full of confidence anyway. I just think, look, give him a go. We're playing Leicester this weekend in the FA Cup this Friday. In Old Trafford, which is, to be honest with you, our bogey ground now. We're better away than we are at home.
Yeah.
Never looked like Crystal Palace worthy winners. I can't even say they nicked a couple of goals. We made a couple of mistakes. They were worthy winners. Actually, Andre Onana, you talk about Sanchez at Chelsea. Another what I seen as a mistake for the first goal. He got lobs, came off the crossbar, and I just thought it was poor goalkeeper.
Yeah.
His positioning in that type of situation was just very, very poor. So overall, not a shocking week. I don't know where United go from here for the rest of the season. We're going to be a cup team, really. It's crazy. Like, you're talking about the only unbeaten team in Europa League and Champions League this season, and then in the league we're as bad as we are.
Yeah, it's strange. You'll probably win that fucking
cup team, the Europa League. Looking at it, we should. We have a good chance to, but something needs to change in terms of our consistency of performance in Old Trafford, because if we're going to play good anywhere, it should be there. People should not be coming into your house and making a laugh at you.
It used to be a fortress. It really did. Like, Old Trafford was a fortress back in the day. Now I know, look, different players, different team, different manager, everything's different, but like, the fans are the same. Like, the feel around the ground should be the same, but it's not, obviously, because of results. Like, why are they so bad at home?
Look,
is it complacency?
This is not just this is not a home thing. This is just the club as a whole at the moment, and people are starting to turn now on Ineos, which, to be honest with you, I don't agree with, and a lot of United fans will vilify me for that. But to turn things around, something had to change at this club, because we're going to talk about it in the unpopular opinions later on. I'm not going to mention even what it's about, but something fundamentally has to change at that club. And sometimes things will get a little bit worse before they get better. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing now. I think winning the cups in the last 2 seasons papered over a lot of cracks at Manchester United. FA Cup, Carabao Cup. If it hadn't been for them, I'm sure we finished 8th last season. Yeah. It was shocking, and it was coming. So big changes need to be made. But look, let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of, it is. Oh my kidding! It's great. It's great to see you just cry. Do you know what the funniest thing is, right? And this goes for me and you. As soon as we say we are back, they're like the cursed words on this podcast, because as soon as we say that, we're done. Like, you may as well just give the next team 3 points, like, because every time we say we are back, we're not back. Yeah, we're back in the shit, because that's always what the title is. Yeah, we're back in the shit. So,
have you looking forward to games and all? I was really looking forward. I went out to the pub, brought my young fella with me to the pub. 2 of us sitting at the bar. The stream broke on the TV, so they couldn't show on the pub. So I had to watch it on my phone then. The 2 of us crying.
I love it. That's great. Right, Paddy, we're moving off that, right? And we're going to jump on to the fantasy football. This is a great week for some and terrible for others. We're going to jump into it and we're going to have a look at the teams here. Right, Paddy, on the screen there, I've got our fancy football teams, Bowley's little boys, as you can see. Points are yet to be revealed. If anybody is listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere else you listen to your podcasts, this is the time to go to YouTube. What's our fucking handle there? Beyond the
beyond the ball. That's
Beyond
it.
the ball, yeah,
Beyond the
that's
ball,
it. Yeah,
you'll
maybe
find us,
3 L's or
Look
something.
for
like
our two sexy faces.
that. Yeah,
and you'll
so
find us.
make sure you go over and subscribe just there.
But
And
look, we'll give it a good audio description of what we're talking about.
yeah,
here
we
as
will.
well.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. We're gonna talk it through. We're gonna give you my beautiful points. I don't know how you've done. I actually haven't checked yours. Right. Let's go into mine. You ready? Triple captains played. That's been revealed.
go.
84 points so far.
Average 65.
65. So I've done triple captain on Mo Salah. So I've got Henderson and goal.
And you're going to lose 4 points there, I see, for a transfer at the end of it, though.
I think that already gets taken out.
Does it?
I think I never figure it out. I honestly can never figure it out. If anybody knows,
If we add them up here, we'll find out.
I'm not. What do you think? I'm a human calculator. If
Rain
anybody
Man.
could just tell us, that'd be so much easier. If someone could just tell us if the points are taken out after or before the game week, that'd be great. I have Henderson in goal. Didn't think I was getting the 6 points out of him, but I did because United are shit.
He had a good game, yeah.
I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, brought him in because obviously Liverpool with the double week. Yeah, he's got yellow at the moment. I'm hoping that's just fancy football being fancy football and being stupid.
No, I hope he's out.
I think he's going to be playing. I've got Aina who got 6. Great result for them. I've got Hall, got 1 point.
Surprising, wasn't it, Newcastle?
Yeah, very surprising.
Wolves, yeah.
1 point for Gordon, again, poor. Triple captain for Mo Salah. I've got 48 points at the moment, still with a game to play. So I'm making up points here.
A resurgent Everton, though.
I know, but
this was against a resurgent Bournemouth.
Yeah,
I think this Liverpool side can't be beaten.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
and I think Mo Salah is different gravy at the moment. Cole Palmer 6 points, Ahmed 2 points. That's poor. Brock Gakpo in, got me 5 points. Was hoping from a little bit more from him. I thought he might got a goal or two, but wasn't to be. Isaac up front with 2 and Watkins with 2. Elanga on the bench with 13 points.
Oh,
I know and I was praying. I was like, if Ahmed could just get injured in the warm up or something, it'd be great. Like he was the last person to play, him and Palmer, and I knew they were both playing, so I was like, that 13 points is going to waste. I was going to play my wild card this week, but then I remembered I couldn't
do both.
Double chips, so I had to go with that. So right, let's have a look at your team. Where are you?
40. Very surprised I went down.
Oh wow. Okay, what we got here? Oh,
86, yeah.
Okay.
And no triple capsios.
Interesting.
So, Sells and Ayana, a 7-0 win for Forest against Brighton. Wow, what a result. Hall, 1 point. 5 points for Van Dijk, another game to go, bring it on. Palmer, 6 points. Salah, captain, 32 points. Another bit to go. Ahmed, not very poor. Kluivert missed.
Did you bring him in?
Sitter.
Did you bring him in this week?
No, the week before.
Oh, it was week 4, yeah.
And I got good points from you.
Yeah.
Gakpo, 5 points. Wood with a hat trick, 17 points. Good man yourself.
I took him out this week.
Oh, rookie mistake. Isaac, 2 points. But nobody done much on the bench, so it wasn't too bad.
Okay, yeah, that's a good week, Paddy, considering you didn't play any chips or anything like
chips,
that. So,
and I've still 3 players to go.
Yeah, very good, very good. Right, we'll have a look at the league table and we'll see where we're at with that. So Adam McDonald is still top. We can't drag him down. I'm miles behind now at this stage. He got 90 points this week. 1616 is his points. Aaron Gray is in second with 93 points. He has 1580, so about 36 points behind him. Harry O'Sullivan is in third with 1544. I am then in fourth with 1504. Then we've got Liam McDonald in fifth, just behind me. Then we've got Jordan Murphy in sixth, Niall Gain in seventh, Luke Walsh in eighth, Chris Gernon in ninth, and Keane Costello jumps up into 10th position.
So you're still in the Champions League spot.
Still in the Champions League spot. Look, I'd be happy to get Champions League spot. I'll get paid out. We check January.
Yeah, go on.
Wait, hold on. Is it January?
It's done. We're done.
Oh. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, we're done.
When was the last week for this? Last week?
Yeah, last week. Yeah, last weekend.
All right, so we're getting an official reveal for who won January because we checked it last week, but it wasn't done.
No, it wasn't done last week when we done it.
Now. Oh, this is an exclusive here. Let's see what we've got. Right. 3, 2, 1. Adam McDonald.
But the game week's not finished yet.
No, it doesn't matter because I said it.
Oh, no, it is. Look, it is because there's only. No, it's not.
No, I said it. I said it in the rules at the start. I said the way I'm doing it is I'm seeing that drop down arrow.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I don't think it will be until this Wednesday's finished.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to wait. I don't know whether it's going to cut it off in January or if it's just going to add in the points that he got in February and start again in that month.
Well, we'll see next week.
So I'll have to wait on it. At the moment, Adam McDonald is winning it. He's obviously leading the main thing, so he's going to be free rolling and he's going to probably winning the whole thing. So I don't know.
I was so close. I was only 14 points behind.
So see, when I click February, everybody's points for this week's gone in.
Yes.
So I'm not sure, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to wait until this game week is over. We're going to let all the points be totted up, and I'm going to click January, and whatever comes up for the January, whoever's top, that's who gets it. That's the way I said I was.
Champions League spots for January. Come on.
Right, so that's that. That is the fancy football, Paddy. That is done. So yeah, great stuff.
Good week for both of us.
Was a good week.
Which is never really good.
It's not over.
No.
A lot of people have played their assistant manager chip.
I don't know what. Explain this.
So you can play an assistant manager, right? And your assistant manager gets something like 6 points for a win, 3 points for a clean sheet. There's some sort of fucking system with it.
Right.
A lot of people have played Moisey for some reason, thinking like I know the first one they got a couple of points, but they're playing Liverpool now.
He won 3-0 the weekend.
Yeah, but I think they got 11 to 12 points or something like that. Like,
right.
But I just don't know what's going on with it, to be honest. So I'm still gonna have that because I haven't played it yet. So right, that's it, Paddy. And then we're gonna be jumping on to the unpopular opinion.
Bring it on.
Right, Paddy, we have a couple of them here. I'll jump off, I suppose. First one up, Adam Mac _01. Makers takers on set pieces. So
explain that.
To explain it to everybody that doesn't understand that and has never heard it, I can't believe someone hasn't heard that. Makers takers. If I win a penalty, if I'm fouled in the box, I take it. I made it, so I'm taking it.
Yeah.
If I get fouled for a free kick and it's on the edge of the box, I should have dibs if I want to take it. So maker taker. So I think this works great when you're playing a game of football at home on the local pitch, but in Premier League football, when it's a matter of these little differentials that you can pick up against the team, I'm not sure this works out so well. What do you think on this one?
Harry Maguire gets fouled in the opposition's box, I do not want him taking the fucking penalty. I can tell you that now. So no, absolutely not. No way. No, I can't say I agree with this. I'm sorry.
I was always a big shouter of this though back in the day when I was playing football in the field. I was always maker takers. That's fine. That is how it should be. A maker taker. You run the pitch, you get fucking fouled by someone, and then you get to take the penalty or the free, whatever. No, so I agree, but only on your local pitch. I don't agree with it for the Premier League.
Although it would make a really good watch.
Really imagine you had to do that. Imagine that was it. That'd be fucking deadly, wouldn't it?
Brilliant. That would be.
You'd have to be more tactical about your set pieces, like.
And if somebody gave away a penalty, they had the green goal for it.
Oh,
that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Oh, now we're talking. That's gonna be something like fucking some sort of YouTube
double jeopardy.
Yeah. Some sort of YouTube football thing's gonna come up with that. Like, right, next one, Paddy. Do you want to go with this one?
Malaya's Football World 2.0. Liverpool are a small club. I can speak on this first. Small, maybe a bit harsh, but are they a big club in the sense of Real Madrid's, Barcelona's? I'm gonna stick there because it's very hard at the moment. Man City, they're a massive club because they've won a lot. Historically, they're a big club. But if you look back at the last 30 years, they haven't won much more than Leicester, than Blackburn.
Maybe two Champions Leagues is not bad. Like,
no, it's brilliant. It's brilliant, but does it make them a big club over the 30 years? Like, I think everybody says you're judged on your leagues.
Yeah.
How many leagues you have. And as I said, historically, one of the biggest clubs ever in the world. But one Premier League title in 30 years makes them, to me, not quite in the bracket of a big club.
Yeah, there's a misconception of how people take big club, isn't it? Because people can say, like if I said to you, Man United aren't a big club, what would you say?
They're not a big club at the moment.
Yeah, and you're basing that off performance and football and ability over the last 10 years, 10, 15 years, right? Fair enough. You slip a little bit into Fergie era there, so we'll ignore that. But a lot of people will take that as your fan base size, your stadium.
Depends on what way you're judging it.
Yeah,
it does depend on what way.
I like to judge it off recent trophies, and I hear what they're saying in terms of like, yes, we've won loads of leagues back when it wasn't the Premier League. Get that. Won loads of Champions Leagues, like one of the most winnable Champions Leagues.
Six
something like that. Yeah. So I get it, but I liked, and to be fair to them, Champions Leagues have been recent enough, so I'm not going to argue that. One was against Spurs, so
that one against Spurs. The one against AC Milan was amazing, unbelievable. Like, and that was a big club performance on the day.
Yeah.
But even back then, they weren't a big club then.
Yeah,
they weren't. Were they really? Like,
I mean, see, it again, it depends on how you look at it. Like in my opinion, I was always like thinking when I talk about like big clubs, right? My thought growing up was always Manchester United and Liverpool, two biggest clubs in England. AC Milan, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Barcelona. You know, all these giants, Bayern Munich. They're the giants in each country. Liverpool, although they have been quite good over the last couple of years, like we said, have only won one Premier League title.
And one Champions League against Spurs.
Yeah, but I can't say they're not a big club. I disagree. I disagree.
Well, I disagree as well, because I wouldn't say they're a small club, because they're definitely not a small club.
Yeah.
They're not. There's no way. But they're not elite.
They're not
elite. Maybe that's the right word. They're not an elite club at the moment, because if they win the league this season, they go well in the Champions League, they win the league next season. You ask me the same question next year, I'd say, yeah, they probably are a big club then. You know, absolutely. But right now, at this present moment, I can't say they're the elite, as in like Real Madrid winning 5 Champions Leagues in like 6 or 7 years. Man City win the treble. That's elite. That's an elite club.
Yeah.
But right now, Liverpool are nearly theirs.
Okay. Would you call Chelsea a big club at the moment?
Why? Chelsea? Why would I?
Most successful English team in the last 25 years.
Oh my God.
After Man City.
Yeah, historically, these are a big club.
Yeah, we're only going back short history.
Manchester United are more successful than you in the last couple of years.
You know what I like to base it on? How long I've been alive.
Right.
If Chelsea won fucking 60 leagues before,
keep slagging United and it won't be long.
Right, we'll move off that one. So I'm going to disagree with this one.
Okay.
And you're kind of disagreeing.
I'm on the fence.
In a way. Okay, right. Next one in, Mr. Jason Garvey. Liverpool's, geez, every week people get on about Liverpool, don't they? Like,
yeah.
I'd like to hear someone like shit talk Chelsea and United.
United, yeah, or give us a good unpopular opinion about Liverpool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then like they're not taking credit where they probably should.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the unpopular opinion
someone
is Liverpool.
Like Klopp or something, like, don't they?
Yeah, it's the best manager of all time.
Anyway,
we know how that conversation is going to
go. We'll bring Connor in. Actually, we get FaceTime with Connor and let him defend them. Liverpool's Premier League was the worst in history, not down to COVID, but the quality of the league. When United were winning titles, it was against monsters like Terry, Henry, etc.
I think he's talking about Chelsea under Mourinho, Arsenal at their pomp under Wenger. Yeah, like that's who when you're talking about, and even Mourinho winning against the likes of Fergie. Like, you know, it seems like it was a lot harder. But then you look at, but he's saying
thanks for saying
it was one, like they won one Premier League title, like they won as many as Leicester did. I know, but I think the point he's trying to get at on this one is that it's not, because we always say like it's not a great Premier League win because of the COVID. I think he's more trying to get at it. Yeah, it's not a great win because of COVID, but it's actually not a great win because the standard of the league was not as good as previous teams have won it. Well, a bit of I suppose, how would you say, evidence to back this point up was United finished second.
Yeah.
Under Ollie.
Yeah.
You know, and if Liverpool come in and United can finish second, I think you kind of go, there's something not right here. Yeah, so
Yeah, like I get this one. I do agree with it in a sense that like I have said like I'm going to touch on it in my unpopular opinion as well in a second. But like, see the likes of the amount of praise Virgil van Dijk gets. He's not up against fucking Aguero much. Aguero
He's not up
maybe
against
had
two
a pretty,
strikers.
he's not up against two strikers, so he doesn't play 4-4-2 anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody goes one in the middle, so
Yeah.
it's a bit easier to defend them. Yes, you have people coming in from the wings and stuff, but you've got left and right back to sort them. Like Henry is Drogba. Imagine Drogba. Like Drogba would bully him. Like I honestly think Drogba would actually bully him because
Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo.
Just little dogs, terriers. Like you don't see them type of striker. You see people trying to run the lines now. To be fair to Van Dijk, he's not the slowest person in the world, and he does things very casually. I think he could probably do a bit more, and he'd actually probably be a bit better. Like, but look, he's very good, but I just don't think he's up against the standard that we've seen.
So agree or disagree with this point? It's Liverpool's Premier League win was the worst in history. Well, it was, and the one reason I'll say it was because there was no fans. So it was it was nearly like some sort of a training exercise that they won over the season. And look, you can only win who's put in front of you. But in terms of the spectacle of winning the Premier League title, there was no fans involved. There was a break in the mid-season, so it absolutely was the worst.
I'd say it was the most disappointing one for them to win, because like I like look, they're probably absolutely delighted, and obviously you would be.
Yeah.
But they always just get that little bit of a poke and a prod, don't they, about it? Like, and there's always that little asterisk. There's always that little fucking mark there, just saying like, you know, you didn't do a full season and all this. They did, but like we're all gonna say no, you didn't, like, you know, and COVID ridden and all this shit, like, so. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with this one.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree.
Yeah.
Right, next one, Paddy.
Okay, Sword 93. All teams should have a player trained in taking long throw-ins. It's a skill like anything else. The lap boy.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, look, I agree. If like any advantage you can get in a match, and his throws used to cause mayhem.
More out
like
there.
You look at the amount of exposure now set piece coaches are getting. Like your man at Arsenal, you know, he's standing at the sidelines now during set pieces. Why this isn't utilized more, the long throw, I'll never understand it. Because if you have someone that can get it into the 6-yard box from a throw, you do it every single time.
It becomes like nearly like a corner. And even with Stoke, I remember watching the match, right? And it was Stoke, and one of the goalkeeper had the ball, right? And his option was to kick it out for a corner or put it out for a throw in. And as a defender, I always thought, put it out for a throw, don't put it out for a corner. He was kicking it out for a corner because the corners were less dangerous than the throw-ins that were coming in. Like, it was absolutely scandalous. Like, so he was just saying to himself, right, this is less dangerous if I just kick it out for a corner.
I'll just give them a penalty.
Yeah, like, it's still probably less dangerous. So I think this is something that's being overlooked at the moment. I really do think long throw-ins should be utilized a lot more, and it means you can get your defenders up, like, and you can actually approach them like a corner, like, because if you can hit the penalty spot with a throw-in, it's another chance to score a goal, score a header. If you got someone that's really good at headers, geez, you'd be laughing. So I strongly agree with this one.
Absolutely.
I really think this, and I have one that popped into my mind there regarding set pieces. Should I say it now or next week?
For unpopular opinion,
it's just a stupid one.
Say it. Give them a bonus.
Here's the bonus. Right, the most pointless thing from a free kick is the player lying down behind the fucking wall.
The draft excluder.
Why has this just become a thing all of a sudden?
Because if he wasn't there, they'd be shooting under the wall.
Nobody scores them goals. Messi scored a couple.
There is an odd one.
There is the odd one, but like
Giggs scored a few.
There's no way there's enough goals being scored under the wall that you would have to take somebody out.
If you concede one goal a season, it's worth it.
Oh, it's not. I just don't think it is. I think it's stupid. Right, Paddy, next one. This is what I was touching on here. This is from me, and I'm sorry, Liverpool fans. I know this is going to trigger you, and I know this is going to hurt. Virgil van Dijk is nowhere near as good as John Terry.
That's sleeping with other people's wives. He missed the ambit.
Oh, well.
Oh, no, defensively.
Listen, if you want to rent out the missus, listen, just give me a call. You know where I am. Look, I kind of touched on it there a minute ago. I just feel like, yes, Van Dijk, good defender. Overrated. I think so by the Liverpool fans. I do think he's good, but I do think John Terry is better. I think John Terry was more passing ability wise. John Terry didn't get the credit. He used to ping balls left and right, left foot and right foot. He used to ping them into the corner, pick players out, no problem. The highest scoring goal or the highest scoring defender in Premier League history. What he won with Chelsea, and at the time when they hadn't won anything, and the longevity that he had with Chelsea, I think just unbelievable. The passion. I don't know whether you feel this or not. I don't feel like Van Dijk shows the passion that John Terry did.
No, if I wanted a captain in my team, it'd be John Terry every day.
Yeah, I get it, and I do rate him as a defender. I'm not saying that he'd walk into every club in the world at the moment, but I just think the standard now is just not the standard that John Terry was playing against. No. So that's why I'm gonna rate John Terry.
And that's why I hate when people say Virgil van Dijk is the greatest defender of all time.
No, he's not.
He's absolutely not. There's no way. Really good defender, absolutely. But you can't look. I'm gonna go back to if somebody wants to fight with me over this.
I'll fight you. I'll fight you. You name a place and I'll fight you.
Put their trophies in front of each other, and who won more?
John Terry.
Yeah, but and that's what it boils down to, really.
Yeah,
you can talk about your nearly theirs or 1 point away. We got 90 points. You've only got 80 points. You just won the league. I don't give a fuck about any of it. Where's your medal for getting 90 odd points?
Yeah, you don't get one.
You can only be who's in front of you, and they failed to be able to be the best manager and team around at the time, which was Man City. But what you're saying back when our teams were good was that there'd be a swing both ways.
Yeah.
Like they'd win 2 titles, the other ones would win 2 titles.
Yeah.
Liverpool and Virgil van Dijk with as the best centre back that they've ever seen in Premier League history is bullshit.
Yeah.
If he was, the
trophies would.
This is not my own unpopular opinion, but I honestly believe that Liverpool side that was supposed to be one of the best in history over the past 10 years would have been a Europa League team in the Premier League when Fergie and Jose Mourinho were around.
Europa League,
yeah.
Think so, yeah.
Jordan Henderson in the midfield.
I know.
No,
third or fourth. Would you for maybe Arsenal or something ahead of them? Like
Arsenal would be ahead of them.
Yeah.
Chelsea would be ahead of them.
Look, it's a bold statement, but it's not one that I'm going to strongly disagree with or anything like that, because I just think, like I said, the standard of football, and actually someone sent that into us last week about the standard of football in the last 10 years is nowhere near as good as it used to be. And this is what backs us up, because we're not the only ones that are saying that the standard of football. Now, you did disagree in terms of you thought the lower teams were getting better.
But the lower teams are getting better, but that means that the higher teams are getting worse.
Yeah.
Because it used to be nearly like a cartel that the top 4, top 6 teams could buy all the best players.
Yeah.
And now they just can't anymore.
Yeah, they can't get them.
Yeah.
Everybody has the extra tax on it, the United tax and all that. So did Paddy. This is my unpopular opinion again.
I agree.
I don't know if it's unpopular. It's 100% unpopular. I know it will be 100% unpopular with Liverpool fans, but it'll be interesting to see what the other fan bases think about this.
Yeah.
United fans, everybody else.
Okay. I'm a fairly logical person, and if anyone tried to argue with me, I just go back to show me the trophies.
Yeah.
And that's essentially. I remember we had the Lampard Skulls debate.
Yeah.
And I just look at the end of the day, I know goals and everything else, but show me your trophies.
Yeah. And Lampard showed them when he was better. Right, we'll move on from that one. Paddy.
Okay, Big Paddy. The managers have never been the problem with Man United since Fergie, and let me elaborate on that. So,
please do.
We've had Van Gaal, Moyes at the start, Van Gaal, Ole, Mourinho, Ten Hag, Amorim,
Rangnick.
a couple of caretakers, Van Nistelrooy, Ragnick. I think there was 10 altogether. I think we're on our 10th manager since Ferguson. And the thing that always happened is that everybody kept on blaming the manager for United's downfall when the players never changed, but the managers did. And consistently, the players let the managers down. And if you look at look, I'm going to talk as a United fan. The greatest manager that's not in the United's history, I think that's ever been.
Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, okay. Alex Ferguson, he didn't win out for 6 or 7 years at United. He finished 13 one of the seasons. Now, when he took over, we were in a really low place. So I'm looking at Amram now, and yeah, we're in a really low place. But give him a couple of years. Like, even if Amram finished 15th this season, mid-table next season, but you can see that there's work being done from the footballing side of things in the background. Let him keep going. You're not going to magically get. The only thing you'll get by changing your manager, really, if you're not fundamentally changing how the club is run, is you'll get a bounce. You'll get a new manager bounce, which is what you get, and it's a false dawn.
Yeah,
because the players are all up, and then the same players are there. They down tools, or the culture of the club is not right. Something like a massive reset needed to happen, and that's why I'll say, I'll be honest with you, even David Moyes at the start, he deserved more time as Manchester United manager. He deserved time to get rid of the old guard that was Alex Ferguson's team and to bring in his own team and then see where he went after that. Like, a manager needs, at a minimum, I think, 3 years at a massive club like that when they talk about another rebuild is needed. You cannot do a rebuild in a year and a half and expect things to magically turn around. So would you agree or disagree on this one?
Yeah, no, like I used to. So when we came into this period for United, I always knew I was going to get extremely satisfied because Chelsea always had a culture sacking managers in 2 or 3 years. But the thing about the managers was they were always successful when they came in, but they were always successful because the players were solid. We had a good, solid foundation. We'd look. If you look at our spine, we had Peter Cech, we'd John Terry, we'd Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba. You've got like literally a spine straight up to that in their prime. Ashley Cole was there. Like, you had all these world-class players. Like, so I always knew that when we were going to get a new manager, it was going to be a success story. I could see when Fergie was leaving, that team was not as good as you would like it to be in.
So, like, if you look back now on some of the teams he used to put out in his final years with Anderson and all in midfield and Chicharito up front, and he was winning Premier League with these teams. Nobody else could have done it. I don't know how he done it. It was crazy.
So it was crazy. So I think from that perspective, I think the players are the issue, because if you don't have that
and strong
spine, the club, because what you get there is you get your manager coming in, and if the club don't allow you to do what you want to do, Jose Mourinho was probably one of the ones that gave the best kind of thing where he said the quote where he said, finishing second with United was probably the best achievement
ever,
because he knew how shit and how bad that squad was. And everyone laughed at him when he said it. And now what? 8 years, 7-8 years later, everybody's looking back at that going, he was fucking dead right. It was the players.
Well, how smart do pundits, podcasters, everyone else think they are when they can scoff at what somebody like Jose Mourinho
we know, it's disgusting. Like, like
one of the best football brains that's ever existed.
Yeah, it's funny.
He knows what's going on. And like I always say, like a lot of managers have been, I take them back tomorrow.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, and that's what I was going to say to you. If you could take one of your managers back that you have sacked,
Jose Mourinho.
Would it be Mourinho?
Every day. Every day. It wouldn't even be Ole.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be, because I think, again, tactically, he was just a bit short maybe in some of the bigger games, because we got to the Europa League final. Now, we finished second, but that was in the COVID season.
A great ending to the season, though, wasn't it? Like, and it was a great ending to the season, and then Puch is so excited for the following season, and it just fell flat on its face, didn't it?
Ten Hag, finished second, but you could see at the end of Ten Hag's fourth season that things were starting to fail, because we lost like 4 of our last 5 games. But because other teams around us didn't capitalize, we still finished in second. And it was a false position, really, because then we won the Carabao Cup. Look, I'm not going to go back into it. We mentioned her later on. But my point here is, it's not the manager's fault. Give Ruben Amorim a couple of years with proper football and structure behind them at the club. Things will get better, but you need to be patient. We need patience in that club, because if we don't, and we try and get another manager in again, it's going to be the same story. And eventually what happens is the players know if things don't work out, they'll just get rid of the manager. But if there's a manager there that the club are backing and the players are like, whoa, hold on a minute. Like, look at Rashford there. Amorim comes in. Like, no, but sold or not, he wasn't getting his game for the last 12 games.
Yeah.
I don't care what's happening. And he was backed by the club. And that's what you need. You need players to say, shit, right, I might be on a big contract here, but at the end of the day, I want to play football. And they do. I don't care what anybody says. They all want to play football.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
So if they don't work the way they should be working, they're left on the bench. And that was music to my ears. Like, I would love seeing it. And that's just the beginning of rebuilding the culture at the club. And that's what people talk about. What's the culture? That's what the culture is.
We love that saying with Manchester United fans. They always use it.
You know, but that's what it is. That's what the culture is. You're bringing in a culture of, if you don't work hard enough for this team, no matter how big you are, no matter how much money you're on, you do not play for this club.
Yeah.
And you do it with the biggest boys in the club, the smaller lads then will fall into line.
And the bigger lads bring on the smaller lads, and then, or the younger lads, and then the younger lads become that, and then anybody else younger coming in, and that's how it kind of seeps through. You have to have that experience. Fergie was an absolute expert of bringing younger players in and playing them with experience around them, and just getting them up to a certain level that when they knew when the next group of players came in, they already had a certain standard. We always hear about Roy Keane and stuff like that talking about. You have to set a standard for everybody. If you don't set that standard, once you allow one person to let it drop, it's just a domino effect then. And I just feel like that the point of when maybe Fergie left, was there really that dominant person there to say, like, this is how we do things, this is the culture? A lot of people would have left like kind of a year or two after that then. Would have been very difficult, especially when you're not hearing it from Fergie and you've got fucking Moyes coming in. Like, it probably is, like, as a player, if you're going from Fergie to Moyes, like, you're probably thinking like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is it's a bit different, it's a bit strange. Like, but,
yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. But do you agree, disagree?
I would agree with this, to be honest with you. Yeah, I would actually probably agree with you that the managers aren't the problem. It's 9 times out of 10, it's usually the players. But the thing about it is, and sorry, I'll just go back to it real quick, was with Chelsea got away with it because the club was still successful. Whereas if they hadn't been successful, then players would have been sold, and shit would have went. So,
but that's because the football club was being run well.
Yeah, it was. Abramovich was cutthroat when he was great. Everybody said it. He was one of the best owners.
We had Peter Kenyon there as well for a long time.
Peter Kenyon, very good, very stable there as well. So.
And I already know what my next week's unpopular opinion is going to be.
Oh, are we leaking it?
Are we leaking it?
We'll go over it.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to say what.
Okay, right, go over it.
There was a bit of news on Instagram with Paul Pogba's Instagram accounts putting up a picture of himself and Amad Diallo in a jersey.
Right.
My unpopular opinion is I'd like to see Paul Pogba back at Manchester United.
Waterboy.
I'm saying nothing else.
Oh, that's outrageous. That's an outrageous show. Okay, right. We're ending it. Right, Paddy, that's the end of the unpopular opinions. That's it. They're all done. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, we love them. So again, we say it all the time. Make sure that if we are putting up our little box usually up on the Monday, make sure you get your unpopular opinions into us, because we do like discussing different things. Yeah. It takes us off track. It sidetracks us from just being focused on Chelsea and United all the time. I want to hear wild suggestions. I want to hear stuff about Leeds. I want to hear stuff about fucking Leicester's league title. I want to hear.
We can't keep on bashing Liverpool.
I know, yeah, it is honestly, it becomes a Liverpool bashing session. So get stuff in about referees. Get stuff in outside of the football, whatever it might be. Like something about like the fan bases and stuff like that. I'd love to hear anything. So make sure when we put it up, you get it in. That is on Instagram as well. So if you're wondering where we put them boxes up, they're on Instagram. You can DM me, or else you can put it in the box if you can. Paddy, that's it. We're wrapping up. We're finished.
Colly, this is episode 3 of In Person, and I'm absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
I do really think this is a entertainment content that people will enjoy. So if you are listening and you are enjoying it, please share with your mates.
Yeah.
Tell people you know to have a listen. Jump on YouTube. I'm not saying subscribe. I'm not saying like. Hopefully that comes. But the biggest thing you could do for us is just say, I listen to the Beyond the Ball, having some interesting conversations. Go and have a listen, see what you think.
Yeah. And Paddy, again, we do this out of the love of just doing it. We don't earn a living from this. We don't get paid. Well, that's what I've told Paddy. We don't get paid for it. Pocketing all the money, all this new setup and all that. I don't know where that came from. But no, we do not get paid for it or anything like that. So we just do it out of pure love for football and just the discussion of football. We enjoy a beer every now and again as well. So like that kind of helps.
And it's not as if I only do is sing when you're winning, because I never fucking win with United. It's no, yeah. It's like free therapy.
Right. So make sure you do subscribe. Make sure you do follow us on Instagram as well. Like I said, Instagram is one of our most active platforms. So
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, no, that stuff you just heard there is OnlyFans. So make sure you get over to our Instagram page. We do have TikTok as well, so make sure you go there. And then again, YouTube. Just follow us everywhere because we're fucking deadly.
Yeah.
Paddy, I said last week that this is getting put out the same time every single week, and I gave the wrong time last week.
Oh, what time did you say?
I said 8 a.m., right?
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, if somebody's going into work, they could be going in at 7 a.m. for 8 a.m. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? Changing it to 7 a.m. So from now on, an hour earlier.
Set your alarms, folks.
You can get this an hour earlier. So this is going to be out at 7 a.m. every single Wednesday without fail.
And anybody that doesn't understand AM and PM, AM is in the morning.
Yeah, morning time.
Yeah. Because I would have been one of those people. That's quite recently.
You weren't telling everyone, you were asking. Just so for people that don't understand, that's morning, right? So that's it. We'll be back next week at the same time at 7 a.m. on a Wednesday.
In the morning.
Thank you everybody for listening or watching or whatever you've done. We appreciate you.